does not show up on any of my hip hop reaction videos that I watch all day while I'm working.
That's probably why. By the way, you know you have a bad echo, right?
Do I?
Yes, you can hear me.
Okay.
Like I'm echoing through your system.
All right, I will fix that while I do this real quick. Hello.
Hello.
The better, John?
I think so. I don't hear myself in your feedback there. So, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I always wanted to ask this. I keep forgetting that. Why in the photo of you and Jewel State, why does she look so weirded out?
What'd you say?
In the photo, in the opening, right? There's the picture of you and the rest of the crew at Wizard World with Jewel State. Why does she look like she's weirded out by being in the picture with you guys?
Probably because there's like 17 guys crowded around her as she takes a photo.
Because they all wanted to rape her.
Yeah, they definitely did not want that. We got to make sure we have no awkward silence tonight because I do not want Mick to rant about me next Tuesday.
Oh, no. Awkward silence.
Hey, Mick, what's happening, brother?
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm going to make the official announcement. This is my first and last live show on Friday nights. So close to bedtime for children. You bastards.
Nice. Well, bedtime for children. This is like bedtime for me, typically.
And go to bed.
It takes all of the power I have to stay up and watch the Scene Snobs on Tuesday because I didn't want to miss your guys' show. It's the only day I stay up past 9 o'clock is on
Yet he stops commenting 15 minutes in and we know he went to sleep. It takes all his power to stay up until 9 o'clock and then go to sleep.
You have no idea. It takes everything I have. But I want to ask you guys a question. I wanted to ask this before the major announcement dropped that the Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and all of them are going to be headlining the Super Bowl.
No, that is not a major announcement. That is an announcement.
Thank you, Nick.
That is not a major. A major announcement is Victor Miller just won the lawsuit and regained full rights of the Friday the 13th series. So
that happened.
It's finally done. That's a major announcement. A major announcement is that Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and the rest of the Geritol rap crew that we loved when we were children are going to be at the Super Bowl because it was only a matter of
I still love them. Dude, Eminem is better now than he was in 1999.
See, Mick, I agree. I didn't see that this was earth-shaking as we were talking off air. Okay, it's cool, but it's not earth-shaking news. Like, if they said, hey, we resurrected Prince, and he's going to be performing at the Super Bowl, well, shit, yeah, that would be earth-shaking news. Shaking, not quaking. Or maybe it'd be earth-quaking and shaking. Who knows?
I get it, but Eminem is my favorite artist, and the fact that I get that he's going to be in the Super Bowl, it's something I'm super stoked about. Because like I said, I think he's better now than he was in 99.
That is perfectly reasonable that you were super stoked. It is awesome. It is not, like John said, it is not an earth-shattering announcement.
It is not earth-shattering. No,
it was a matter of time at best.
Hey, real quickly, did you hear the story about Mick Jagger in like Charlotte? Like the Stones performed, because the Stones are doing all the NFL stadiums apparently, right?
Okay.
So they were in Carolina last night. He went to a bar afterwards and he took a picture of himself on Instagram and he was just like off by himself. And like apparently nobody recognized Mick Jagger. And everybody on the news was like, how does that happen? How does that happen? I'm like, listen, Do you think any 20-year-olds know who the fuck the Rolling Stones are? They don't. They wouldn't be able to ID any member of the band.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised by this.
I agree with half of that statement because the Rolling Stones music still floats around. It's still on the radio, still shows up on like everywhere. I think 20-year-olds will hear it and think, wow, that's cool, because they all wear vintage t-shirts. I think they know who the Rolling Stones are. But you're right. It's not like Mick Jagger 30 years ago who could walk into a bar and every woman is dropping panties. It is, they don't know who he is.
Right. No. So
I want to say, speaking of Mick Jagger and concerts and everything, I saw Harry Styles with my daughter this weekend. It was a $1,100 trip. And
Jesus Christ.
I got to say this. Out of all the One Direction guys, I think Harry Styles is the only one
that much
that I could sit through. And the concert wasn't bad. Like, he does rock and roll. It's not just pop. And I personally, as a father who thought this was going to be the worst experience of my life, that I'd be sitting on my phone reading a book, I didn't mind the concert. I thought the concert was better than a lot of the other artists I've seen in my day.
Jason, what did you do to your daughter? Did you drop her multiple times as a baby that you feel the need to have to do that to yourself? And her?
Hey, she had fun, man. Like I said, this is the equivalent of me at her age going to see Eminem. Like, this is her guy. She loves this guy. She's loved him for 11 years now, and she got to see him, and I'm glad that I got to make that happen, because the look on her face before, during, and after was amazing. But one thing I want to comment on is parents that let their teenage 15, 14, 16, 17-year-old daughters go to this show in bras is ridiculous.
Are they not supposed to wear them?
Like, and just that, though. Like, that's all that was covered up.
Wait, time out. Can we back up for a minute? Hold on. You said 11 years?
Yeah. And,
One Direction's been a thing for 11 years?
Since 2010.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. All right.
John, you have no idea how big they are. Like, I didn't either. Until I got to this show and saw I was one of like 8 guys that was there. I was one of probably 60.
No, you were one of 8 guys that wanted to be there.
I'm one of 8 guys that was there, and I'm one of like 60 people over the age of 30 that was at that concert.
Hey, I have a question about this episode. How long is this one?
An hour.
Okay, cool. Because I'm a ticking time bomb. I'm gonna be real high real soon.
Hey man, jealous right here. Hashtag jealousy. But I want to ask you guys, because I was trying to figure this out the other day, and what was the first album you remember buying? Whether it was tape,
off
vinyl?
The wall, Michael Jackson. Audio cassette.
I think mine was Michael Jackson Thriller. I know for a fact my first CD I ever purchased. I know that for a fact.
Mine was Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack was my first CD I purchased.
Of course it was, you Harry Styles loving bastard.
Mine was Eve's Plum.
Eve's Plum. Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Do you remember them,
Jason,
Mick?
Shut up about Eminem, okay? You want to talk about music? I'm not saying Eminem's bad. What I'm saying is he's everywhere. We know who he is. Harry Styles, everywhere. We know who he is. Mick Jagger, everywhere. Know who he is. You want to talk music? You want to say, hey, I got some cred from the 90s. Talk about Eve's Plum.
Mick, I discovered them because I had tickets to see Better Than Ezra, and they were the opener. And I was like, I had never heard of this opener, but they were fucking awesome. And I'm like, the next day I went out and bought their CD.
Nice. I'd never heard of them.
You've never, actually you have.
Yes,
do you remember the graduation song? Do you remember the actress Colleen Fitzpatrick? She was in one of the Halloween H2O, I think, or something like that.
Maybe.
She was the lead singer of the band. She was the lead singer.
No, the graduation song was
Vitamin C, which was her.
Oh, was that her?
Yeah, that was her under another name. Yeah.
I don't know what her 70 names are, but she was in Dracula 2000.
Okay.
She was nude in Dracula 2000. I remember that.
Okay.
Because nice. I remember thinking, like, I didn't know her name, but it was Vitamin C in that movie. So, like, but I remember Eve's Plum and it being her, and I'm like, yep, the graduation song, because that came out the year I graduated.
And you probably hated it.
Every fucking bar.
My first tape was either Ice-T's Power or...
Are you going for like street cred tonight?
No, I've always been a hip-hop guy. You can ask Max.
I'm not saying you don't like hip-hop, dude. I've been introducing my kids to Wu-Tang all week, Beastie, the whole nine.
Well, because Wu-Tang is for the children. Let's be honest.
They are for the children.
Or it was MC Hammer's Please Hammer, Don't Hurt 'Em. I can't remember which, because the Ice-T CD went back to the store as fast as I could open it.
But like you're hardcore pressing, like I drive around my rich neighborhoods blasting Wu-Tang, and that's who I want to see that know that I was from the ghetto. I'm not driving through the ghetto like, yeah, I listen to Wu-Tang. Yeah, I grew up in the ghetto.
Oh, dude, I used to go down to the hood.
Oh, here we go. We got stories. Can't wait.
Off Cleveland Avenue to buy my Machiavelli bootlegged Tupac CDs after he passed away. I had a guy. I was really excited about it every time they made a new one.
Come on, listen.
God, who's listening tonight? Who did you invite to watch tonight?
Nothing.
Was there like a Playboy playmate you met through Jimmy Star who's like, hey, I want to listen to your show? And you're like, dude, I'm going to give some major cred tonight. Watch on Friday night. We're going live.
I did interview a playmate for Monday, but not from Jimmy Star.
Uh-oh.
What was her name? Yeah. Creed or something?
Her name was Kira Lead Warsh.
I'm looking her up.
She was in Cinemax's Passion Cove, which I was a huge fan of in high school.
Warsh.
Like every other guy, Cinemax delight.
I'm gonna find her. I'm gonna share her. Kira Lee Warsh. See some nudity.
Jason, you just let me know when you want me to drop these 2 news stories. All right.
I'm gonna keep talking music for a minute though, John.
Okay, that's fine.
John, when did you pick up Public Enemy's? Because I know that you were a huge fan of them growing up.
Yo Bum Rush the Show was the first tape I purchased. Then, but it was that. I think I purchased that. No, I take that back. I purchased it second because It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back was the first one that I picked up, and then I went back and picked up the first one, Yo Bum Rush the Show. Yeah, dude, I wore that stuff out, and I mean, seriously, I wore those tapes out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But before that, I had this compilation from, I don't remember. You know how you always had those knockoff record companies that would like put out stuff, like they had the rights to songs and they just put it out. There was one called Rap's Greatest Hits Volume 3 that had I Know You Got Soul by Eric B. and Rakim, The Show by Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh Crew, Nobody Beats the Biz Marquee. It had all these great classic tracks on it, man. So that was like one of my first hip hop albums. That, and I think Raising Hell by Run DMC.
Yeah, one of the CDs I was allowed to listen to was it was called Ultimate Rap 2. It was all a bunch of Christian rappers, and I wore the hell out of that because as long as the person rapped, I was into it. Like it didn't matter what it was. I just wanted to listen to people rap.
I'm just getting my awkward silence out of the way.
Or show tunes. I loved show tunes also. Like I loved hip hop and show tunes growing up. Like I had the Newsies soundtrack, the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack, and I had MC Hammer. And Mick just left. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
Why is he a ghost?
He disappeared. He's ghosting us.
Oh, he just flipped us off.
Well, did you find the pictures or what?
No, because I don't think he gave me the right name.
No, it's not that. Her last name was like Creed or something, dude.
It was Kira Reed Lorsch.
Lorsch.
How do you spell Kira? Dude, you got to stop talking like you have marbles or a giant eggplant in your mouth. Kira Reed Lorsch. I get kicked out.
There you go, Mick. I just sent you the Google search right there. Enjoy.
I found her. Okay. I'm there.
All right. Anyway, I do want to talk horror at some point. What'd you say, Mick?
Talk about music. I'm down. You know what? Actually, I'm going to switch gears. I'm going to let you want to talk about hip hop, but we're only going to talk about
country music.
Country music from the 90s.
Some Alan Jackson, Chattahoochee, Boot Scootin' Boogie. Way down yonder on a oochie coochie. I have tape of somewhere of Max singing "Achy Breaky Heart" from Billy Ray Cyrus when we were kids.
There's also a tape of us singing Bohemian Rhapsody too from a couple weeks ago, which
that was good stuff, man.
That was great stuff.
We really built it off those notes.
I quit podcasting.
Why?
Because this is unbearable.
What, you don't like talking music?
Not bad music. The
Bohemian Rhapsody
or whatever.
Bad music.
No. Dude.
What's wrong with Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, that song is... They didn't even like it when it came out. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh, okay.
Like, everybody plays that up like it was the best thing Queen ever did. And when it came out, they were like, oh, that's cool.
Body Language. That was an awesome song. Radio Gaga. That was an awesome song.
I love Freddie Mercury's voice.
You know why Bohemian Rhapsody is popular today?
Wayne's World. 100%.
100% Wayne's World. I agree, Jason. Even though you know what I was going to say because you're psychic and you don't tell anybody.
Hey,
what am I thinking right now?
You're thinking that you want to go lay down and get more edibles.
Oh, dude, I'm already tapped out on that one. that train has fucking left the dock. Get what I did there? So
yeah.
Mix my metaphors. That's what I do.
Okay.
What you do, man?
Hey, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to talk about. I don't want Jason to have all the fun with Harry Styles. I shared that I really enjoy the rap duo Run the Jewels. Mm-hmm. And they were on tour with Lorde. Now, I was like, why in God's name are these two acts together? Like, why? Why are they together?
Because it's the only artist willing to put them on tour with them.
I guess. I got to give credit to Lorde. I'm not a big fan. I do like the one song she does, Green Light. But you know what? I give her props. She puts on a hell of a show.
You mean Lorde, who only had one song 9 years ago?
No, she has a couple of songs.
I mean, I'm sure she sang a couple of songs for an album.
Oh, she sang Royals, which I fucking hate.
William Hung has a couple songs too.
He had a very, very fun lived career on Fox
I'm pretty sure
shows.
he did Bohemian Rhapsody on his album as well.
Hey, you know what I saw a commercial for while I was watching WWE SmackDown? Cops.
Yeah, it's coming back.
It's coming back on Fox Nation.
We're not racist anymore.
I was like, when I saw the commercial, because they don't tell you it's on Fox Nation till the very end. I'm like, what the fuck? And then on Fox Nation. I'm like, oh, yeah.
When I was a kid, they used to come to Jersey City all the time to do Cops because anybody who knows Jersey City in the 80s and 90s was a cesspool, rivaled maybe only by New York City. And that's where I lived. And my father was a cop in Jersey City. And I remember they always asked him to go out, always him, because like he was a senior at the time and he would see probably most of the calls. And he threw them out every time. He hated them. He's like, every cop that shows up on that show plays it up. It is bullshit. They don't do procedure. You're not supposed to pick up, evidence and just show it to the camera with no gloves on. And they did that constantly every time because I figured they were on camera and they were safe. There were always cases getting thrown out. So fuck cops.
Look at my bloody knife. I'm just going to pick it up with my hands like they do on Matlock and
stupid.
Wonder why people think I'm guilty.
There we go. See, we've reached the Mecca. We've talked about everybody who's older than whoever. Let's talk about Matlock now.
No. Let's talk about a great news story, Mick. A news story that many people might relate to. This story comes from a town called Bursa. You might ask where that's at. That's in the fine country of Turkey, where a man went out with his friends and drank, and he got pretty shit-faced, and he just managed to wander out of the bar. Unbeknownst to his friends, who a little bit later on go, hey, have you seen, I don't know his name, let's call him Joseph. Hey, have you seen Joseph? No, have you? No, have you? No, let's go look for him because he's missing. They go off into the woods. And what they don't know is Joseph is in the woods because his ass passed out in the middle of the woods.
You are not telling that story correctly at all.
What do you mean?
How does that story end in your world?
In my world, according to the news article that I have here, he woke up as the little like search party went past, and he just joined the party.
He walked right up. First of all, you missed the point. If you can tell a story, here's how it goes. You got to go beat by beat. When he left the bar, he walked out into the woods. His friends did not know what happened to him. He woke up the next day out of it, saw a search party, joined in, and realized it was for him. End of story. Turkey is weird. And I'm no longer allowed to ever travel there.
Well, you always still get confused because you think it's Constantinople, but it's Istanbul, not Constantinople.
Yeah, why did they change it? That's nobody's business but the Turks.
That's right.
I have no idea what the fuck you guys are talking about.
They might be giants. You don't remember that song?
I'm super going down a rabbit hole here. So I'm noise tonight. I'm noise. I'm just joining in. I'm radio right now.
Jason, are you replaying this on Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Wait, only 1 hour though?
Yeah, I might mix it with an interview at the end.
Well, God knows you guys have like 40,722 interviews in the bank, like the ones you haven't even put out yet. You guys like literally interview janitors of all of the celebrities that you guys have met, don't you?
I would be happy to interview a janitor. I just like talking to people. Like, this is all new to me, being able to talk to people like this. So anybody that's like, hey, can I talk to you? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to talk to you. Let's get to know each other. Let's be besties.
All I know is I gave you that those publicists to email, and I constantly get emails from all of them. So every time I see them, I'm like, I can't do this interview. 3 Geeks is going to have this up in about 30 seconds. End of story. That's it. That's where it goes. So I was like, I can't interview them because I'm going to put them out like 3 days after 3 Geeks did it, because somehow they got this email like 3 weeks ago and have interviewed everyone on the list individually.
I say yes to I don't release them all though. Like, I have a lot of interviews not released yet.
There's one in particular that will never see the
which one?
The sun. What was that guy's name?
Talk about that off camera. Do you have any interviews that you're like, I can't?
I will say it. I'll say it out loud.
Yeah.
Steve Joyner.
No. We never interviewed him. He would never let us interview him.
Who? Come on. Is it? No, you did. The other guy, the Superman guy.
Yeah, Jeff East.
I'm gonna find out who this is.
Yeah, I'll tell you off the air. I just want to say.
I'm gonna find out before that time runs out, and while we're live. And I'm gonna do it in such a way like you're telling a story, and in the middle of it, I'm gonna say it so that way you can't cut it out. You're not gonna be able to cut it out, because every time you start telling a story, then I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, remember that time you did that?
I don't even know if I remember the guy's name. I'd have to look it up.
I can't remember the guy's name either. He was on that list that he was on the list of the top 8 million podcasters that was the Hollywood Review or the.
It's not the 8 million, John. It's the top 77, and we were on it.
I know. I'm just saying he's on it because you were like, hey, remember this guy? He was such a weirdo.
Yeah, I wish I made that list.
Do you?
Yeah, we're no good. Well, I don't know who's listening. They don't know if I'm on the list or not. I can lie.
You guys are good. What are you talking about? You and Casey are great.
We're okay. We do.
I think you're great. You guys keep me up until at least 9:45 every Tuesday.
9:45. You better put a 1 in front of that 5. 9:15. You're out. You're like, hey guys,
I'm always there. I'm always watching.
You're like, hey,
just
guys,
stop playing the comments after a while.
How's it all going? And then it's just like, yeah, Jason hasn't said a word, and like
you sounded like Harry Carey. Hey
guys!
I was there. I was listening to the rants, all of them.
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
All right, I like to play a little game. Are you guys down with the game?
Yeah.
First of all, do you have to be down with the sickness first?
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're going back to the 90s hardcore this time. We're really showing our ages here, aren't we? Are we like? Is that what we're trying to do? Are we trying to prove to each other that we lived in the 90s? Because I'm okay with just saying we all did. Like, I'm not boastful.
Okay.
I was born in 1982,
which is the way to the Harry Styles concert.
I was born in 1982, clearly 7 years after John Orlando.
Yeah,
I was born in 82 as well,
and 7 years before Jason.
No, 82.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna read this list off. You tell me who the guy was. Joe Rogan, Jimmy Star, Russell.
Yes, that was him. It was
Joe Rogan. Yes, he was an asshole.
Nope, Mickey Burns. I'll know.
Mickey Burns, and that sounds like a mafia hitman.
Ryan Seacrest, Bobby Bones, the New York Times. Dean K. Piper, and The Adventures of Pipe Man.
No.
Sounds like a porno.
I want to talk to Pipe Man. How do I get in touch with The Adventures of Pipe Man? I'd be very...
Either he's a porn star or a crack addict. One of the two.
Was it Twism White?
Twism White? That's a name?
Twism White Piece. He is exactly 3 spots behind me on this list.
No.
Twism White up.
But just tell me the name then.
I don't remember the guy's name.
Was it Bailey Saran?
No, it was Dawn something. Look for a Dawn.
There was no Dawn. It wasn't Dawn. John, that's not even close.
How do you know? You were like, I don't remember his name either.
I don't remember. Oh, I know. I remember it.
What is it?
I'm going to type it and John can confirm because I still work with the publicist. I don't want
Howard Bloom.
Upset. Yeah, I don't want to get him upset with me.
Fuck him. Hey, Howard Bloom. I am not on this show regularly. I'm not a host of this show. I'm just here as a guest. I'm on the Scene Stumps podcast. Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, wow. Jason, I didn't know you sent over the good stuff of Miss Lorsch. Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, really? I'm just going to look at this now. Wow, you really did. You just straight up went for it.
Yeah. I mean, no PG-13 shit. Nah. We're going triple.
Can I share screen?
Not of that.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
How do I get rid of that? I need to make the screen go away.
You can't. You can't. I'm doing it. I'm rolling.
Mick, have you seen Dr. Giggles?
Yeah. Actually, I have friends in it.
I just watched that for the first time.
Have you watched Squid Party yet, or whatever it's called?
Not Dr. Giggles. I have seen Dr. Giggles. I was thinking you were thinking of the new movie Kill Giggles.
No. What's that about?
Clown. And that is how you do awkward silence. I'm here all week.
How about, are you guys going to watch the Squid Party or
I want to. Squid Games?
Squid Games. Excuse me.
I want to. I heard really good things about it.
I have too, but it's 6 episodes. I'm like, I still have to finish What If. I have 2 Dark Sides of the Ring to watch.
Oh my God, your life is so hard.
I know it is. First world problems.
Mick, John has a calendar. He schedules when he's going to watch episodes of TV shows.
Of course he does. In his horrifyingly flannel Barcalounger that he's had from 1974 that he sits in and watches MeTV reruns of The Virginian and then Matlock.
No, he uses his VCR to record them so he can watch them later.
He still gets an old copy of the TV Guide in the old frame. And then like he does his crossword and he circles all the shows that he wants to watch and like what's new.
He does refer to them as stories. So
his stories, you're right. This is stories. Yeah. He drinks his Sanka coffee. Oh my God. He goes to the same diner every morning for buttered roll and a Sanka. That's it. And I'm literally describing my grandfather right now.
You know,
that's you.
It's like a Mad Lib.
You know
what? Interchange it with John's name.
The only difference, the only thing that is not accurate about that is because
the roll's not buttered.
No, the TV Guide. My parents were like, look it up in the newspaper. That's one of the reasons why we get the newspaper. We don't get the goddamn TV Guide. It's a waste of money.
Who are your parents? Kafka?
I didn't
Calm
get the
down a
guide
little
either.
bit. Oh my God, keep taking drinks all night. I want a spit take so bad. I'm getting a spit take tonight. I'm gonna say something. But I do like these pictures you sent over. She is quite a mighty cock warmer.
Who's gave us the care? Who's giving us the care?
I don't know.
It's George G. George G gave us a hug.
Is George in the crowd and he's not talking?
Yeah, he's in the crowd. He's not.
Oh, George G3. I've seen his show.
I love George.
George is the best.
That's it. That's my review. I've seen his show.
You're going to be on it soon, aren't you? The Perfect 10?
I have no idea. And I don't like 10 of anything. Like, what are you going to put me on that show for? I did a top 5 show, and it was fun. But that was like where my limit was. I was like, I like 5 things, and this is what you get out of me. They're like, well, we want 5 horror movies. And I was like, no, 5 things in total. And one of them is John Orlando. And
he says that, but Mick's a pretty positive guy when it comes to watching movies. You like a lot of stuff too.
I don't know who you're talking about. That's not me.
Talking about Mick Manhattan.
Mick, have you ever seen Audition?
Oh yeah, that's disgusting. I hate it, but I love it.
Okay.
Keep going.
You've probably seen Antichrist too. He probably loves that too. That's a sick movie.
Antichrist? Oh yeah. What's his name? Banging out. What's her name?
William Dafoe.
Actually, the metaphor for that movie is pretty sad.
I saw a scene of that movie, and I just no.
Did you just seriously judge me for that movie? And you've seen a scene?
I didn't judge you.
Hey,
you fucking judged me.
He did.
I just know that scene was great. That's all I know.
You make looks like the guy who liked Antichrist, and it's like, you fucking judged me, you bastard, and you haven't even seen the movie. Pick a movie you've witnessed, like Matlock, the CBS Sunday night movie, where he had to defend Don Knotts or something. There you go.
Does he?
That one you can rip me apart for.
I don't think he's defended Don Knotts.
Whatever.
Don Knotts' character on the show is obnoxious.
I know, I was kidding. And I'm pissing off John right now. I can see his steam coming out of his ears.
John doesn't like Don Knotts. It's one of his
actually, I do. It's one of my hot takes. I'm not a fan of Don Knotts.
John and Mick discuss The Weeknd.
You are un-American. You are Kafka. Of course you didn't get a TV Guide.
Mick's a fan of The Weeknd. I know that. Posted on Facebook. And I know that John is not a fan of The Weeknd. So discuss.
Oh, the band, the singer, The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Well, you can't, like, it's Friday night at 9:30, and you're like, talk about The Weeknd, like what I'm doing.
That's
I'm
fair.
Rake some leaves. I'm gonna mow the yard. Got some laundry to do. I might drink a beer or two.
I had a lot of laundry to do.
I mean, I might have to go to a harvest festival because that's what they do around here. But whatever.
Nice.
Maybe you should podcast right from the Harvest Fest.
Listen, I don't podcast for anybody. Podcasting is like the new Eve's Plum. It just doesn't work anymore. You have to go out on your own and sing songs about graduating.
I was watching your show Tuesday, and you were talking about how there's so many podcasts now. That's one.
Yeah, no, you got real salty about that awkward silence. And I wasn't even talking. The funny thing was, he got real salty in the conversation we were having. And I'm like, oh, he thinks I'm talking about him on this podcast. I was like, I didn't even mention. You guys didn't even like phase into my mind about that. And I was like, with Jason getting salty, thinking I'm saying he's a shitty podcaster. I'm like, I didn't even think about you. I did, John. I didn't even think about you, though.
I did not get salty. I'm sorry if I came across as salty, but one of the things I do when we do our live shows, I jokingly ask the audience how many of them have podcasts, and without fail, at every convention, every single person raises their hand.
Yeah, everybody's got a podcast. That's the whole point of my rant that John didn't listen to, and we're talking about.
John's like, I didn't watch the Scene Snobs when I was on the network. I'm not going to watch it now.
But you know what? I don't blame him. It is not on MeTV or Heroes and Icons and he knows every one of these I'm talking about. He's not on Movies Now. It's not on, what's that other one? Tell me that other one.
Dabble.
Tubi. It has to be on Tubi for John to catch John's radar.
I was watching Svengoolie the other night because he's on MeTV, and like, you know, it's good for my kid. He can watch those types of horror movies, and Svengoolie's funny. And they were showing trailers for like Barney Miller and all the shows that they're watching. I'm like, this is like John Orlando's wet dream. I was like, this guy is like 30 seconds older than me, and like, he really took these to these things. Silver Spoon's marathon on. Oh, John Orlando's there. Ricky Schroeder running around on his little train.
With Alfonso Ribeiro, too.
Oh, my God. When he was in love with Whitney Houston. I remember. I was there. I was there in the 80s, and I remember. I don't sit in my parka lounger with my wax paper wrapped buttered roll and styrofoam cup of Sanka with like 2 shots of cream and say,
oh, I thought you were going to say 2 shots of Seagram's.
I don't look at the TV and say, you know, it was a real bitch, Normandy, just like my ex-wife. Like every man that was born in the 1920s said at some point in his life. That's it. See, awkward silence.
Hey, another news story. Have you heard? Have you heard about the guy that's the Brian Laundrie lookalike?
Yeah.
Yes. I feel bad for that dude.
You mean the real guy who was in the picture and now they're lying?
Look, I believe that the guy's like, he's a lookalike. I believe he just happens to look like him. But I mean, at that point, if you're being mistaken, like seriously, if you were mistaken for Charles Manson, Mick, wouldn't you change your look?
Fuck no. How much tail he would have gotten? Because if I can prove I'm not Charles Manson, like...
Oh, hey, ladies.
I'm not.
The best of both worlds. I look like Charles Manson. You can bang me, but I'm talking about kill you.
I'm talking about the cops rolling up on me like, are you Charles Manson? Well, first of all, no, it's 2021. Secondly, if it just so happens that you need ID, I have this one and I'm not him. But don't tell all of these ladies, these slew of ladies that for some reason want to sleep with Charles Manson, but not Mick Jagger in a bar.
Well, and you don't have the swastika tattoo either. That
I will not do that, sir. I will be Quentin Tarantino, Charles Manson, where he didn't have that on his head.
He'll be Charles Manson with his
how about a few
eyebrows covered up so they can't see whether it's fake or real.
What if you were mistaken for Jeffrey Dahmer? You would change your look, right?
Wait, if I wear my hat like this, are people going to think that I'm a podcaster about weed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I better fix it then. Because that's generally what happens is you put your hat down like that and everybody's like, oh my God, you're doing a marijuana podcast, aren't you? Yep.
Well, Mick, I know you wanted to come on to talk about pulling focus. So let's talk about that for a minute.
Oh my God, are you playing the music on me already? I feel like I'm nailing this. I feel like I'm doing really good. You're the ones.
I'm not getting rid of you. You're stuck here as long as we are.
Everybody on 3 Geeks gets interviewed. You can't play me out. Come on. Ask me some questions. John's been doing it. Your turn. Not questions like I'll talk about pulling focus later. Keep going.
Ask you questions?
Intimate questions. Get going.
All right, Mick. So when did you lose your virginity?
I didn't get all sultry in your voice when you asked that. I didn't ask you to get sultry in your voice. All I said was like, ask me like an intimate question. You can still be like Bryant Gumbel and ask a question that like is like,
all right,
hey,
Mick.
do you like to have dicks in your mouth? Yeah, sometimes,
You should ask the question like Harry Carey, Jason. Hi, Mick. Have you ever shit your pants?
There's only one Harry Carey, and that is Will Smith being Will Ferrell being Harry Carey.
Harry Carey doesn't even be Harry Carey. Hollywood make
there's
that
only
happen.
one Harry Carey, and that's Mariah Carey. What? Huh?
Yes, Nick Cannon.
Let's talk about how good the new Wonder Years is.
Wait, I'm cool with it, but like, is it because Max isn't on? We're gonna try and impress black people on the show tonight. We're talking about like 90s rap, and we're talking about the new Wonder Years. Like, it's great.
Max doesn't really like those things.
I know. I'm just trying to see if you're like building your demographic or something. See, this is why on the Seasons, all we do is talk about,
Hey, George is here. Hey, George.
Why you got those little poop emojis?
You're talking about shitting your pants.
Me shitting my pants? Or Harry Carey shitting his pants?
Shit your pants.
Get with it, George. Top 10 guys who have shit their pants. Go.
Jeff Daniels.
Get the fuck out of here. You know, if you're not going to take this seriously.
Andre the Giant.
Steve-O.
Andre the Giant's a good one. Steve-O is another good one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can we really come up with 10 people who shit their pants?
Probably.
Maybe.
I mean,
let's see.
We can say any wrestler has shit their pants at some point or another. But
of course, yeah. Right. But I know Andre the Giant. There's a famous story of him shitting all over Bad News Brown.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, because he had diarrhea from the trip to Mexico. So yeah, that happened. Steve-O has shit his pants. I'm sure of that.
I'm sure he has. I'm sure all of the Jackass guys have at one point.
Shit themselves. I'm sure of it.
There's at some point shit.
We'll just count them as one person. The Jackass cast.
There you go.
That's a good question. Someone in Jersey Shore has to have shit their pants, right?
Oh, yeah.
George, help us out in the comments. You too, Wise. Let us know if you.
Wise, come on, tell us who
famous people that shit themselves.
See what I do to you guys when I come on the show. So anyway, Pulling Focus is a. Yes,
speaking of shit, Nick's like, and Pulling Focus is.
I love the Scene Snobs. I also host a great show coming up on 2 years for that one too. Is Pulling Focus podcast. It's all about filmmaking and movie industry, with industry professionals. I love it. It's one of the most fun I have, where we usually just talk shit about being dads for like 20 minutes and then actually get into it. But jump in and have fun with that. It's on SkylineIndyFilmFest.org or wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, who shit their pants?
Bob Saget, I'm sure has.
That's a tough one. You think Reginald Vell Johnson did?
No, he couldn't.
No.
Having to get out of that car in Die Hard when it was like on its side.
No, there's no way.
What? Okay, so we just automatically count every Jackass member like blindly, just like they've all shit their pants, but like
because they've done.
I say Reginald Vell Johnson, that's out of the realm of possibility.
Charlie Sheen shit himself.
Yeah, that's true.
Charlie Sheen has.
Yeah, I would go with that.
I mean, yeah. You know, you think you get drunk, you get fucked up on drugs, you forget, you shit yourself. I'm sure that's happened.
I typed in Reginald Vell Johnson shit himself with a question mark, and I got Die Hard once got Reginald Vell Johnson out of a traffic ticket. That was the
because he shit himself, and the cop is like, "I'm so sorry."
Oh, Robert Downey Jr.
So every major actor, drug addict has probably shit themselves at some time or another in detox in rehab.
Oh, here's a list of ones that did it live on stage.
Gigi Allen.
Madonna.
Is Madonna on here?
You're reading the list. We know. I just made a guess.
That's Angela White along the side of the road, Jason.
Jenny McCarthy, Al Roker, Ted Nugent.
Al Roker counts.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she confesses to crapping her jeans once and a few times when she was, what she thought was, she was sick. She had an ulcer. I'm not going to make fun of her for that. Chris Brown, good.
I will.
Chris Brown deserves to shit his pants. And then Nicki Minaj.
You know who did the shitting of their pants in that relationship? John's putting it together. He'll get there.
I believe that about Ron Williams. He was on so many drugs in the 80s. Back when John was in high school.
You know, it's kind of funny. Bill Engvall played Jennifer Lawrence's dad on the Bill Engvall show. So they probably shit their pants together.
Wait a minute. I didn't know Jennifer Lawrence was on that show.
Yeah, played his daughter. That was where she got her start.
I'll be damned.
Any rocker from the 80s. It's true.
Kip Winger shit his pants, I guarantee.
Bob Dylan sings like he shit his pants nowadays. Have you guys seen him
900 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
Have I seen Bob Dylan live?
Yeah.
No. Why the fuck would I have seen him live?
You don't want to listen to an old man mumble?
No, I don't.
So basically, it's he's taken his daughter to Harry Styles and you're taking your grandfather to Bob Dylan.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And it's like just the circle's complete.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
I'll
Come
take
on,
my
Gramps.
grandfather.
Let's go.
By my grandfather, I mean John Orlando.
John Orlando's your oh my God, that's what Matt Talk is. It's a grandfather talking to his grandson about his favorite show.
Go back in my day.
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Look at all what we're learning tonight, folks.
All over the place.
We
I love it. I love it when Mick takes over podcasts, though. That's one of my favorite things. Like when he adds more of a influence over the PVD interview that he was on. I thought that was fantastic.
Okay, Mick, question.
Go for it.
Better ask me a question. Okay, worst hangover you ever had?
Oh my God, I've only had one.
Oh, really?
First time I ever got a hangover was 32 years old. I woke up, did not know this feeling that I was feeling. I was shot for like 3 days. I was like, I'm not moving anywhere. And, I knew, like I was told, like, this is a hangover. Like you've never had one before, so you're really feeling it. And I quit drinking. End of story. That was it. I was like, no. I was like, yeah. I don't like this. I'm glad in my 20s and like teenage years, I got away with it. Once 32 hit and I felt it, I'm like, I never want to feel this again.
See, same. 34. That was it. And I was like 34. I'm like, nope, we're going to have a couple social drinks and that's it.
Yeah, it's pretty much
as far as I know.
Where I was 34. But night of 27 shots was my horrible hangover. It lasted for like a week.
Mm-hmm. I used to do 5 shots of Jack just to get into a bar fight.
You did?
My friends who were bartenders would put them in front of me and just be like, yes, go. And I was like, okay. And that was that. Usually to right some injustice somewhere.
Nice.
You're like your own superhero for your friends.
No, I'm like their superhero.
That's what I meant.
My superpower is being a big galoot.
You're like the A-team for them.
Have
you been wronged? And maybe if you can find him, you can hire Mick.
Just buy him some shots of Jack, and he will feel no pain.
I used to do 3 shots in a row of tequila. Like a shot of tequila, chase it with tequila, and then chase that with tequila.
That sounds like a terrible idea, Jason.
It left me drunk for the whole night, and it was cheap.
I need to get drunk. Where's your cough medicine?
Scissor.
Okay, Tom Hanks from the episode of Family Ties. John knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Dude,
wait. Speaking of the very special episodes, Mick, what was your favorite very special episode when those were a thing back in the 80s? Did you have one?
Pick a show. Every single one. Just pick a show, and I'll tell
you. I did. I always was weirded out by the Different Strokes one.
Which one? One? Because there's seriously like 7. They did one every year.
There was the one.
I know the pedophile bike. The bike.
Yeah, the pedophile
bike
guy.
Yeah, mm-hmm. That's the one everybody goes to.
Yeah.
But does everybody forget when cousin Reed or whatever, the little redheaded kid, got taken by a family whose son died?
No,
and he was kidnapped by this family, and the father would not let him go. And the mother was like, "Well, we can't really keep him. Well, our son died. We're keeping him." And like that was the episode.
What?
Yeah, it was.
Holy
and
shit!
He would beat the kid to try and make him submit to being his kid. It was Different Strokes was legit back in the day. They were like, "We're going to let you know what life is all about."
That doesn't seem like that's a real big problem in society. Like, hey, our kid died, let's just kidnap another one. Like, that doesn't seem like that happens frequently.
It happens all the time. Too much.
Okay.
How do you think?
Well, I guess once is too much.
I have birth certificates. Leave me alone. I can't see. Can I see the comments? Oh, yeah, I can. There they are.
Go to thescenesnobs.com for fake birth certificates.
Oh, my God. I'll tell stories. You want stories? Here's some stories.
Hey, can we get fake COVID cards, too, at that website?
Why?
Not at thescenesnobs.com, and I am not at... Nope. I'll joke about a lot of things, but no. Stay off my site. FBI. Go to pbdcast.com. Do that one.
Yeah.
He's selling back alley wrestling tapes. Go get him.
Oh, God damn it. Why'd you have to say anything?
Because you throwing up COVID cards on me.
John's got the Hulk Hogan sex tape he's selling out of his back of his house.
All he's doing, here's what John has. So with the Bark Lounge with his coffee and stuff in his completely brown ashtray type tray that stood next to him, doesn't even smoke, but
it was a magazine. It was a magazine rack too. Okay.
On the bottom, it's magazine rack.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And then on this side, he has a little TV on top of 2 VCRs, and he'll copy the wrestling tape that he made back in 1997 of King of the Ring or whatever, and he just keeps copying it and writing on the label 97 King of the Ring, and then putting it aside so when his customers come and show up to get them, you can just do that all day while Matlock is on. It's a true story right there. I know it. Weigh in, Wise and George.
Because Mick is one of my best customers.
I am. You know how many VHS tapes? I don't even have a VHS player, and I have 94 copies of the 1997 King of the Ring, done by John Orlando Studios. Actually, one of them I do want to refund because it cuts into a Cinemax film starring Kira Reed Lorsch.
Oh, that was the special edition one that was only available for 3 weeks in December of 2006.
Yeah, John sold me one too, and it just cut over to A Night in Paris.
What's A Night in Paris?
It was fine 20 years ago, John.
See, that's an awkward silence that you don't want on your show.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about. A Night in Paris. You don't
know what A Night in Paris is?
No, is it a Skinamax flick?
It's the Paris Hilton tape that was released 20 years ago.
No. Yeah.
John didn't get into the sex tape trade because he's still on the VHS. It's got the Harriet Bush around trade. John gets his porn from a local convenience store owned by elderly Indian gentlemen, not Native Americans, Indian from India gentlemen, who have a box filled with VHS porn underneath, and you have to say, "Hey, I'm looking for some entertainment." Can they still hear me? Oh, okay. Yes. All right, I was going to say, I'm still in the middle of a story here, Jason. Still here in the middle of a story. I'm fleshing out the story here.
You know what? That's always one thing I always wondered about. Like when I would travel in the air, you go to the airport, they have the penthouse there in the newsstand. Like, who's buying that to take on the plane?
Buying a Playboy or?
Yeah. A Playboy penthouse.
I will tell you, even like in high school, if I got a Playboy, we knew what it was about. It's very easy to figure out. But even if I don't do this, but I read the articles in Playboy. They were all good. They're all very good articles. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just wondering.
Teacher tell us that the articles in Playboy were really good too. They get hired some of the best writers. One of the teachers in my high school.
Okay.
Did what? What was the rest of the story?
That's it. He just said that the writing in Playboy was great. It was my English teacher.
Because they had like Kurt Vonnegut or Vonnegut. How do you pronounce his name?
First of all, you're way off. Secondly, sit in your chair, Grandpa. Listen, we're going to teach you. Kurt Vonnegut fought in World War II. And for some reason, you're treating him like he's Mick Jagger at the end of a bar.
Wait a minute. I just couldn't pronounce his name. I'm not disrespecting him. All right. Not like Mick Jagger. All right.
That man wrote novels, and he was part of the greatest generation.
Thanks, Tom Brokaw.
Tom Brokaw. Next up, Matlock. I'm here now. You play your song. I'm unmuting myself.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. You said next up Matlock, so I just went for it.
Now, I don't know what you're talking about because people are joining in even more now. So you're getting your full 2 hours tonight. Here you go. I just finished bowling 564 series. I'm reading it. Get out of here. 564 series with. I have to read it or I'm not going to know what it says. Oh no! Come back. Don't leave. Are you wearing the shirt? Are you wearing the 3 Geek shirt?
Yeah.
Nice. I dig it. I'm wearing my Halloween 3 shirt.
Nice.
And of course, you're wearing a Hanes Almighty. You old bastard.
I am.
You look like you should have been. You should be a retired like horticulturist or whatever they're called, or a retired poetry teacher in a high school that no longer requires poetry in any way, shape, or form, but they don't want to let him go because he has tenure and, seriously, he needs the pension. But he only teaches 1 class a week. So
that's a part of AP Bio, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Is it? Is it really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Did I just come up with a TV show that I didn't know existed? Yes, I love it.
You better get that shit copyrighted so you can make money on that.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Indeed.
Got nothing.
Indeed.
I'm still in litigation. Trying to sue He-Man for stealing my Texas Chainsaw Massacre idea.
Oh, yeah, you like my little He-Man Texas Chainsaw Massacre figure?
I do. I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, they released the 4 horror icons as He-Man figures. This is the only one that actually looked decent. The other ones I thought looked stupid.
I'm looking that up. Hold on. He-Man.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
I think it's more than just the top 4.
It might be.
It is weird that like Michael Myers is like so jacked and ripped like He-Man, and he's wearing like a tight overalls. It's like seriously nutty stuff right there.
No
perfect 10 this week. Bryce is bowling in a big tournament this Sunday in Michigan.
Oh, George, you should let John and I host the perfect 10.
No, let me join in. Can I join in?
Yeah, let me, Mick, and John host the perfect 10.
The perfect 10. The top 10 podcasts
of all time.
And we
Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, they have Pinhead.
Nice.
Yeah. The Pinhead one didn't look too bad. I thought the Jason and Freddy one were kind of stupid.
Well, but I mean, that's the He-Man thing. Like they did a WWE set of He-Man action figures too, and they're all jacked beyond belief too. And it's like, yeah, well, I mean, half of them were jacked because, I mean, let's be honest, the Ultimate Warrior,
Nobody understands your talk, Grandpa. Code talkers have been out of style for like years. Calm down. That can be arranged. Yeah, I'm going to jump on. We're going to talk about the 10 worst podcasts. I know personally, me. If I haven't heard of you, you're safe. Jeff Dwassman is watching us, sitting at home like, oh my God, he's heard of me. I would give you guys the keys to the Lamborghini. All right, slow down there. Top perfect 10 is going to be on the list. I would give you guys the keys to the Lamborghini. It's not a Lamborghini. It's a 1979 Chevy Nova with an overflowing ashtray in the back. Calm it down. It's good. It'll get you where you need to go. It will entertain.
What was your first car ever?
My first car?
Yeah.
Technically, it was an 88 Toyota Camry that I beat to hell while learning how to drive. But my first official car that was mine when I had a license was a 97 Nissan Altima.
Okay. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Top 10 first cars. The perfect 10 first cars. And that would be a 1988 Toyota Camry or a Corolla. Everybody had that freaking car. Those cars.
In my family, everybody had Grand Ams.
Of course they did, because your family only buys either Russian or showing off American. That's what we know here. Calm down there, Lennon.
My first
TV
car
God's pod. KGB no TV
'89
God.
Mustang.
Are y'all gonna stand when I sing the Russian national anthem?
No, I'm fucking throw a boomerang at you.
A boomerang?
Hey, listen, I don't have my didgeridoo. Somewhere around here. I gotta find it. Oh, that's right. I was playing a little.
If you do that, I'll break out my atlatl.
All right, don't get too smart. Calm down. We know you have a high IQ. That's why I'm making fun of you.
Seriously, George,
I love that my belly rubs up against my desk so bad. No, you're not ending the show. Calm down.
I'm not. I'm talking to George. I want to do the top 10. I'd love to. We could do the perfect 10 horror movies.
That's been done.
No. That's too broad. You got to be like the perfect 10 slutty deaths in a movie. Be different. Be different. You want podcast advice? Be different.
All right, fine. I can
top 10 best stabbing deaths in a horror movie.
Top 10 most creative deaths in a horror movie.
Yeah, people have done that.
No.
Stick to just stabbing. God damn it. What are we doing here? What are we even doing here, people? Talking about the same things. Okay, let's talk about the top 10 Loki episodes. Mick, there was only 6 episodes. I know. Yeah. I'm counting 4.
You're gonna count a few of them twice.
Yeah. John, I don't know what's going on with you. It's like you're either just bored by everything I'm saying, or senility is kicking in, and you're like,
"It's the latter." It's the latter.
Am I actually kicking in? What shows am I missing right now? Is Johnny Carson on? And then you look at it. No, I know what's happening. You have SmackDown on behind you.
Yeah, SmackDown, and then soon it'll be AEW Rampage.
Oh yeah, was that start at 10 or 9 or 10?
Yeah, it starts at 10.
Smart, so smart of them to do. I love it.
It's fine. We're competing against them right now.
The perfect 10 wrestlers who everybody loves, but are just pure shit. Hulk Hogan.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Hulk Hogan, number 1. What's that leg drop gonna do? Tell me. Give me that. He rips his shirt.
Look, you don't have to preach to me, because as a kid, I never liked Hogan. That's the honest God's truth.
Of course you didn't. Of course you didn't, Ivan.
You don't like the IRS guy.
The real American. He saw the real American and he's like, oh, no American flag. No good. And it's just like, calm down.
John, were you a fan of the IRS guy?
No, I was not a fan of the IRS dude.
That's Bray Wyatt's dad, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It is. I never liked Hogan, just because even as a kid, I'm like, every match is the same, and I didn't like that. But I will tell you this, even being a cynical 11-year-old, when I saw him for the first time at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena when he took on Kamala, you couldn't help but cheer. Like, because I was like, yeah, whatever, it's Hogan. But then you hear the music and you see him come out and he's got the enthusiasm and you're like, yeah, you know.
Oh yeah.
Fast forward 5 years, I'm even a more cynical, like 17-year-old, and I'm like, fuck Hogan. I ain't gonna cheer for him. Same thing. No. He comes out, you can't help but not cheer.
What was that? WrestleMania 3?
What? When I saw him when I was a teenager?
Yeah.
No, it was actually him against Ric Flair. When Flair came over and he had the big gold belt.
Remember when Steamboat and who was
Savage?
it? Savage. Yeah. In the 80s when they fought. And I remember thinking, like, why is Hulk Hogan, like, I loved Hulk Hogan, but I'm like, why is Hogan the number 1 in this company again?
Yeah.
And I'm like, because Steamboat, man, he put on some matches, and that was a great match.
It was.
And it was like, it's made me think. I'm like, yeah, okay. This is something wrong here.
Yeah. No, I liked Steamboat much more. I liked Steamboat. My favorite was Bruiser Brody. I loved Brody. There was just something about that dude. Like, I bought into his character hook, line, and sinker. And every time he was on TV, I sat at the TV and said, I'm going to watch a man die. Because I believed it. It was real to me.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. It's all good. In the final moments of your twilight life, you gotta hold on to whatever makes you feel good, man.
Mm-hmm.
What are you so quiet for?
Who, me?
I don't know anything about wrestling.
You're talking about, you can come up with something.
You guys were talking about wrestling. I don't want to interrupt you guys.
You don't know who Hulk Hogan is? You can't weigh in on Hulk Hogan? It's like we went too deep for you?
Hulk Hogan was in a sex tape with Bubba the Love Sponge's wife. That's about all I know.
That's it? That's really all you know?
You don't even know Thunder in Paradise? You know so many bad TV shows.
Oh, I saw Suburban Commando and Three Ninjas 4. He was in that.
That's what you saw? Three
Nothing
Ninjas 4?
Former WWF champion, NWO.
I did watch a little bit of NWO, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but I don't remember it.
I'm letting you know this shit is seeping in, and I am going. This is where the second hour turns into like nightlife with Mick. Like, I'm going to give relationship advice in about 30 seconds. Have you got your questions? Get going and start asking. I'll give you great relationship advice.
Guys, hear that in the audience? Send in your questions that you
Ladies
want to know about.
Ladies too.
Ladies too.
Ladies, don't be pushovers. Be tough with them. Men like a good independent woman.
Miss Self-Sufficient.
Except unless they wear red hats.
Why red hats?
I'll let you get there. You know that catheter you bought off of that commercial? That's I can't even finish a joke. It just worked so perfectly. You know how you bought it off Fox News? Remember the orange guy that they used to talk about all the time? No, not the Thing. I know you're a comic book fan, but not the Thing. The other orange guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Associate those red hats with him.
Oh, okay. See, for a minute, can I be honest? When you said
you're
red hat,
fired.
I was thinking something else. I was thinking, never mind. I was thinking another inside joke with me and my pals.
How would I know that?
I don't know. That's why I was confused. I'm like, red hat?
What is it? You wore red hats to go and watch the Matlock Sunday night movies when they came on?
No, there was a
or
guy.
When Walker,
there was
Texas
a guy,
Ranger had their 2-part episode where Michael Ironside played the bad guy. You guys were like, hey, red hats ride again. And then you all ran into a room.
Actually, no, there was a dude that when we would go to ECW, and we went a lot to ECW, there was a dude who always wore a red hat.
I'm not allowed to be here anymore.
I guess not. And he used to always have front row seats, and he would antagonize everybody else because he had front row seats. And then, man, just the shit that he got thrown his way was fantastic.
Yeah, from the fucking ring. When they would throw shopping carts at him, I'm sure. I would never want to be in the front row. I don't want to be in the back row or the front 17 rows of an ECW in a 90s match. No way. You're getting a needle flung at you somewhere. And it's used. Raven was probably using it.
Yeah, well, that was a good choice.
I'm going to stab you with my steroids needle. Oh, I know. This is my heroin needle.
Nobody wants relationship advice, apparently. The chat got really quiet.
Sorry, guys. No, everybody knows it. No man is going to admit they want relationship advice. They're just going to sit at home lonely and say, I know everything. Let's make fun of men. Can we do that for a little bit?
Sure.
Not John, because I feel like I've been picking on him too much, and I love John. He doesn't know it because I call him old a lot.
Wow, if the shoe
up there for John for a few minutes. There you go.
I think that was my favorite when I was on his show. And he was like, so Mick, I'm going to ask you a question. No, you're not. I'm going to ask you questions. Here's how this is going to work. I was like, I want to know more about you. I'm not interested. And it was great. It's the highest rated episode PVD Cast ever had. Not really. Not true. And it would not be in the perfect 10 if we did podcasts. Not that episode. Maybe PVD.
Okay. Thank you.
It would be one of his 30 episodes that are on The Wire. That's like my go-to. Like if I forgot a character's name, I don't go to IMDb. I go to John's podcast, and then I'm going to hear it at some point.
John, did you do a tribute to Michael K on your podcast?
Well, this week, the one with Kelly Reed, we talked about him, and man, I'll tell you what, doing research for that episode makes me want to go back and watch again because it's been a couple of years. But like, as I tried to explain, that's a dense show, so you got to carve out some time. It's not just something, as Jason, you tried to do it. I just put it on in the background. Yeah, no, you can't do that.
You got to pay attention to that.
Yeah, but
I just shit myself.
All right, we'll put Mick in our top 10.
No, I didn't shit myself. I think I did. I'm kidding. I just farted, so I'm saying that.
Is that why you muted yourself?
I muted myself so you guys wouldn't hear it, and then I started talking. Stop. Do not get me to lose it. I will escape this room. I will leave studio if I start losing it, because when I'm this gone, if you get me started laughing, I'm done. That's all you get for the rest. You will have 50 minutes of just me losing my shit.
Have you ever farted over the phone?
I just farted over a podcast. What do you think the phone is a challenge to me? Yeah, I farted over the phone. I farted while looking at phones. I farted while being on the phone.
like one time, long story short, but there was this annoying dude that I kind of hung around in college, and one day I just got done talking to him, and he called back, and I'm like, I know it's him. So when I picked up the phone, I just held it down by my ass and farted over the phone, and I found it hilarious. And he was like, "Hey, what was that noise?"
I've never done that, but I know many guys who have, and it was always like one of those things where it was like, ew, but like we all laughed, and I don't know why. I really to this day don't know why.
It was ridiculously stupid, but it was funny.
Yeah, I same.
Yeah, farting's funny.
We're still laughing about it now. So how much have we changed?
Top 10 topics on 3 Geeks podcast ever. No, that's how you do awkward silence.
Top 10 farts in a movie. Go.
Farts in a movie? No, ew. Now you're getting out of hand. Top 10 publicists we'll work with again. I know who's not making that list. I'm not going to say it.
I am not restarting a war.
I don't know shit. I will hurtle. All right, let me tell you a little story. Here's a story.
About a man named Brady?
No. About a guy named Mick. And get out of here. Put me back. I need to look at you guys. I can't just do this on my own. I'll be done. I can't do this anymore. I did the solo act for a year. I'm not doing it anymore. So anyway, so it was Guns N' Roses in 2002 in Philly. Remember the massive riot they had in Philly at that concert?
Yes.
This guy was there. And what set it off? Axel not showing up. I'm not taking credit for that. But this guy, and I'm pretty sure statute of limitation. No, actually, I shouldn't say it. Let's just say somebody, not me, threw a binoculars case at the stage. Not me. I didn't. Wasn't
that because Metallica got, like, James Hetfield got injured, right?
It was Guns N' Roses. I think you've. All right. Listen, is the battery low on the hearing aid?
No. Because the famous story is it was Metallica and Guns N' Roses on tour.
No, it was just Guns N' Roses.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was back when he had Buckethead.
Oh, okay. So that would have been way past Metallica.
You guys remember Buckethead?
Buckethead. Yeah, and then they did the it wasn't real Guns N' Roses. It was like Axl when he took back over Guns N' Roses. And Slash was gone. And they had this huge riot. We barely escaped with our lives, but actually that's not true. We left. We just walked out to our car and drove away. Now, it was chaos everywhere, that's for sure. But we didn't think it was a riot. So when it became, and I remember VH1 did like the top music moments, and it was in like the top 25, that riot. And I was like, was this really a thing? Was it that bad? I was there. I don't remember being that bad. I remember being pissed. I don't remember being that bad. You guys are giving me nothing here. You got to give me more.
Well,
wait a minute. I think I'm referring. Wait a minute. I would like to clarify. The inference I was referring to was Guns N' Roses and Metallica. It's when James Hetfield stepped on the pyro thing. That happened in Montreal. My bad.
I don't go to Montreal. I hate Montreal.
Hey, now.
No.
That is,
I love beauty. I love the beauty of Canada. Fuck Montreal, and I have a great story for that. So, a buddy of mine gets sick years ago, right? And he's up in Montreal. Now, he was kind of a prissy guy, but he was a longtime friend as kids. And he called me up. He's like, "Listen, man, I wouldn't do this unless I really needed you to, but I need to get home." And I'm like, "Fucking come home. What do you want from me? Like, you're in Montreal. I'm in New Jersey. Leave me alone." And he's like, "No, I need you to come pick me up." And he was like, "I need you to drive my girlfriend and come." And now she was smoking hot. Now he was a friend, and he was a friend I'm willing to go to Montreal for if there's a chance that the smoking hot girlfriend is throwing me some. That's the story. No. So we get to Montreal. Montreal sucks all the way through. Everybody's an asshole. Don't get pissy with me. It's true. Listen, they may be nice to communists. They're not nice to Americans, okay? So shitty all the way through. Everybody. I remember having such a bad time picking them up, getting to the border to back out. And I'm just fed up at this point because I'm not getting into the whole story. We only got like 45 minutes left. And they were like, "Do you have anything to claim?" And I was like, "Yeah, don't go to Canada." And, made a joke. It's been said in movies. It's funny. He's like, "Oh, no, don't go to Montreal." "Why not, eh?" They're French. And I was like, I'm American. Just get me out of here. So we get in a fight. They let me go. I get through. Are you guys interested in this? I cannot tell. I generally look at you guys and I'm like, it's like, it's like a boring version of the two guys on the Muppets who sit up in the balcony and just won't stop talking. But you guys are like the complete opposites, where you just stand there and silently watch the show and applaud at the end. I'm like telling a story, pouring out. I'm like, I need a little something though. And like, you guys are just staring on like Matlock just lost a case. And it's like, what do we do now? Is he the best lawyer ever? And then like Jessica Fletcher shows up and it's like, he didn't really lose that case.
Carry on. What happened in Montreal?
Anyway, I get into America. I'm driving through New York State. I get in. It's about an hour into, wherever I am. And they have all these cones. It's like 3 a.m. I'm like, what do you have all these cones for? And they bring you down to one lane. Like it's a long line and there's a bunch of border control there. Canadian Border Patrol, mind you. I didn't see one single New York State trooper there. We get up and he's like, he's shining on lights, kind of being a dick. My headlights are on. He's like, turn off the headlights. They're too bright. And I'm like, it's fucking 3 a.m. in New York State on the highway. What are you talking about? Flashlight in the thing. He's like giving me his bad French accent, broken English, shining a light in me. It's just like, where are you coming from? I was like, I'm American. Let me go home. You're in my land. You can't touch me. Leave me alone.
Can't touch this.
I was like, Jesus. I was like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of Montreal. You can't invade my country and then try and stop me. It's not going to happen. We're Americans. We're going to do whatever we can to hurt you as long as we keep our conveniences. John agrees because,
Yes, he does.
Red. He's got that red going.
As in communist red.
Holy fuck, they're alive. I couldn't tell. I was waiting for you to actually react to something. I know the story wasn't great, but I mean, at least tell me it sucks.
Hey, I will defend Montreal. I think Montreal, I've never been, but Montreal is a great place.
Go fuck yourself. I love you. Go fuck yourself. You cannot. I just told you a story where I went to Montreal and had a shitty time. I was in Montreal physically, and you go, hey, man, I don't agree with you. I love Montreal.
I've never been there, but
I've fucking been there. Like, okay, you know what? It's like a World War II vet saying, oh, man, I was at the Battle of Guadalcanal. And then, like, John just being like, I think you're really playing this up. I think Guadalcanal was easy. And I was like, what? Can you point it out on a map? Like, what are you talking about? And it's just like, no, man, you were there. You can't experience. It's like Gotham City, but even worse. And that's saying something, because Gotham City is like the worst
Montreal
city.
Is like Gotham?
Oh, I got one for you on Sunday. Top 10 worst towns in movie history. I got it. Number 1, right here with a bullet, the town the Goonies live in. I don't know why they're fighting to save their houses so bad. This town is riddled with crime and just haphazard things falling apart all over the place. Manhole covers off, just people randomly rolling around, car chases through the fish market. What is wrong with this? It's terrible. John, The Goonies was a movie in the 1980s that was primarily made for younger generations.
I'm aware. Thank you.
All right, everybody. I gotta cut us down because I know John's got to go watch some wrestling, and I am an hour and a half past my bedtime. This was a lot of fun. I love doing stuff with Mick and John, and I'm glad we got to hang out for an hour and a half. And
don't listen to him.
Boring.
This is me getting kicked off because I didn't like that I was going off on him.
No, I don't care about any of that. Everybody out there, like, follow, check out Pulling Focus with Mick. It's a good show. All of Mick's shows are great. And check out the PVD Cast, pvdcast.com. Check out the scenesnobs.com and 3geeks.ninja. And everybody out there, have a great day.
You don't hear from me again, it's because Jason tried to kill me.
Yeah.